This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Friday, July 7th, 2023. I'm Gary Dick. Well, summer after summer, dozens of small towns and counties intrigue thousands of visitors to indulge in communal festivals and buy local. The festivals can be reflective of the local economy, like Harrison County's Popcorn Festival, celebrating a product the county exports 20 million pounds of each year. Jeremy Yakeley is the executive director of Harrison County's Convention and Visitors Bureau.
I'm also trying to increase overnights, right, in our hotels. So we're hoping this product helps add to that too. With last year being the first year, and even this year, it'll probably take a good 3 years before we can really see if that trend is happening. But that's kind of my goal in that as well. We want to create a product that not only brings our local residents in and our neighbors from the surrounding counties, but we want folks to travel, come spend the night with us and enjoy this event as well.
St. Louis-based grain and soybean manufacturer Bunge North America has broken ground on a more than $500 million soybean processing facility in Morristown. The new Shelby County facility, which will employ about 70 full-time workers, will produce soy protein concentrates and textured soy protein concentrates for use in the production of plant-based foods. Crystal House Indianapolis has named Emily Massengale CEO of the local charter school network. Massengale is a native of Indianapolis and began her teaching career in St. Louis, where she was nominated as St. Louis Public Schools Teacher of the Year and was in the top 5 for Missouri Teacher of the Year. Indianapolis-based Noble Romans, which is in a heated battle with one of its biggest shareholders over whether CEO Scott Mobley should remain on the restaurant company's board of directors, has postponed its annual shareholders meeting until next month. The meeting was scheduled for Thursday, but Wednesday afternoon, Noble Romans announced the meeting had been rescheduled until August 10th to allow adequate time for stockholders to return their proxies and for those proxies to be tabulated. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting. A study from the University of Washington released this week shows maternal mortality rates more than doubled in some states between 1999 and 2019, with sharp increases for some racial and ethnic groups.
In Indiana, the maternal mortality rate more than doubled for both white women and Hispanic women. Indiana led the nation in maternal mortality rate increases for white women, with deaths increasing by more than 150%, and Hispanic women, with deaths increasing by more than 105%. Though the rate for those two ethnic groups soared, Indiana still fares poorly in deaths across all populations. For Black Hoosiers, death rates are double that of white women, despite Black Hoosiers making up a significantly smaller percentage of the overall population. The study assembled information about people who died while pregnant or up to 1 year afterward. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Chilly Water Brewing Company plans to open a tap room this summer in Greenwood, adding a Johnson County location to 2 existing spots in Indianapolis. Chilly Water is targeting a late August opening in a 1,200 square foot spot on Olive Branch Park Lane in Greenwood. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand.